Hello, hello. I am not sure how the video quality, audio quality of this will be, but I just had to speak these words out loud. I'm just kind of sorting through some things with the whole compound versus branded. And one of my thoughts is hopefully everybody can, first of all, thank God I'm on a brand. Let me just say that. I just want to thank God. I'm so grateful. But I do realize that may not always be a choice for me for whatever reason. It could be insurance, it could be, anything that could go on that would, have me contemplating something else. Now, have never been on compound and all the things that I'm hearing. It's not something that I want to do, but I don't know that many people that are on it felt like they had an option. I think many people just felt like I can't afford it and not even really trying to even go into their budget, just, thinking one more added cost as opposed to going through their budget, trying to see how they could fit it in because the compounds, they were cheaper, they were cheaper in people's eyes for them to get a hold of the medication. And so I think some people probably just saw the price was low and didn't even try to pursue the branded. But when you're hearing prices like $1,200 a month, or you're hearing even 550 or 650 a month, that's some people's car notes. Some people's car notes aren't even $550. We have to think about it in that way too. For me, it'd be easy for me to say, oh, everybody should do branded when my insurance is covering it and I'm not paying out of pocket that much money. And so again, I guess I think of it as like have and have nots. That's what this is kind of turned into. Now, are there some people who probably could fit the branded into their budget? Are there some people that are paying, for compound and are paying a fee for their meds? Can they probably maneuver something and afford the $4.99? Probably so. But I'm sure there are a lot of people too that are on those 10, 12, 15 milligrams. I don't think those are $4.99 just yet. So in the big scheme of things, the prices just need to be lower. I've never heard anybody say that out loud. Lilly needs to get their money and they need to charge everybody, as much as they can. I've never heard anybody say that. I'm sure there might be people who feel that way. I've never heard anybody say that. So I guess I just assume that everybody wants the prices lower. And I don't know anybody that it has even what we would call rich, I know some people who have money. They like sales too. They don't want to pay top price if they could get the same quality product cheaper. So I don't know anybody that wants to pay money for something that they could get cheaper. And rich folks can afford these medications. They still want to pay a cheap amount, and that's how the rich stay rich, right? They know how to spend their money. They don't spend frivolously. They're not paying top dollar for something they could get much cheaper. I do know that. So, and not everybody. There's never an all, right? There's always exceptions to every rule. So, with that said, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Well, there's talk of Tide coming out, and I'm looking forward to that and all that brings. And I think when that comes out, Zepbound and all the other ones, Mounjaro, all the other ones will not be that top tier anymore. I think they'll be second tier. And we know that second tier usually comes with the price dip. And so I'm hoping that's going to happen. And then also the pill is supposed to come out from Lilly. And I know Novo also is coming out with the pill. And for me, I would take a pill. I would take a pill. I know some people are saying they don't want to take a pill. They don't like the idea of taking something every day. I also hear there may be in the works a pill that's a monthly pill or even a yearly pill. Some companies are working on that. And so for me, if it's cheaper, I would take a pill every day. I would if it was in my budget. Now, is it convenient for me to do my weekly injection? Of course. But would I take a weight loss pill to help me maintain or keep my appetite suppression and food noise under control? For sure. And even though the pill is not showing that it has this great percentage in weight loss, even at 7%, like when is the last time you lost 7% of your weight loss before a GLP-1 and kept it off? I'll wait. I'll wait because a lot of people have not. And so for me, I would do that. I definitely would do that if that was my only option. So I guess that's what I'm saying. When you're in the halves, it's easy to look at being in the halves and not look at what the have-nots are going through. So, this inflation, prices are up. I just was in the grocery store. Something that I had been used to paying very little money for was skyrocketing in cost. And I just thought, geez, Louise, it went from, I can't remember what it was, but I remember thinking, like, this is $4 more than what I used to pay for this. Oh, I know what it was. It was some potatoes, sweet potatoes. I used to get sweet potatoes. Um, and I used to get them, buy them in the bags. Like the white potatoes comes in the bag. Sometimes they have sweet potatoes in these packages. And they were, kind of expensive. It's like they picked out the nicest looking sweet potatoes because you think potatoes don't, they look beat up. And these were nice looking sweet potatoes, and they used to come four in this little package. And I want to say they were $3.99. They were $8 for four sweet potatoes. Four. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so stuff like that, people have to consider that in their budget. So while I'm not saying that everybody who's on compound can't afford to be on branded, but let's just keep in mind there are some people that are. The bottom line for me with all of this is I think that people having options is going to be the best thing. We all know this is economics 101. Competition brings the prices down. So when the competition comes on the scene, of course, Lilly will drop their prices for sure. Now, it's just a matter of time when and how they're going to go about doing it. But it's inevitable that that is going to happen. And I am here for it. In the meantime, I think Lilly has developed, an outstanding medication. As far as we know now, it just has done wonders for me. And I will tout them and tout, these GLP-1s, especially Mounjaro, because that's what I'm taking and that's what I know to be true. And I will tout that forever, as long as I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. I mean, has just been a game changer. It really has. I mean, there's nothing really else I can say about it, but that it has been a game changer for me and my weight loss journey. And my A1C, 7.6, now at a 5.9, and hopefully going down lower. My high blood pressure in the 140s, 130s and 140s. Now is 108 over 70 was my last blood pressure reading. So inflammation, another thing, inflammation throughout my knees and my body. And that has gone, and that was actually gone before the pounds stacked up. And not to mention, I have lost 68.8 pounds. I mean, geez, Louise, all these great things have happened from this medication. So, am I a supporter of branded? Yes. Am I a supporter of people being able to afford the medication, the branded medication? Yes, yes, and yes, with an exclamation point at the end. And it's just period, end of story. So, I will say to anybody out there who is listening and you are taking medication that is not the branded medication, hopefully you can switch over because I see the writing on the wall. It's really going downhill from here. There's so much out there going on, and there will be ads and there will be people luring desperate folks that really want to change their lives and really want to get access to their medication. They're going to be piranhas out there trying to hook you. And I just say, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you don't know exactly what you're injecting and if it didn't come from the source, don't do it. So, with that said, I will say thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. And remember, slow and steady wins the race. Just don't quit. The downside.